I've been watching a lot of YouTube as usual, and I'm really enjoying one of my favorite YouTubers, Robin. She is RS Island Crafts, and I'll link to her page. She has a Whip It Wednesday and a Finish Friday series that I'm really enjoying. So I figured I would go through my UFO and WIPs pile and make October a finish month where I attempt to finish all of the projects that I have going. So I'm going to show you what I have in the works right now. Some are more recent than others, but they all need to be completed. First thing I have is very easy crossbody bag, and I'll link to that also. And you may be able to tell what the problem is with this one. It's sewn inside out, which is the way it's supposed to be. However, yeah, go Ravens. There's nothing to actually hang the bag from because I forgot the two little attachment pieces, the D-rings that go here. I didn't tear it apart when I was making the other ones. This is a production set. I made 8 of them. I didn't tear it apart at that point because I can't find my seam ripper, so I'll have to do that this weekend. And it's really just opening up the seam in 2 little places, sticking the D-rings in, and then resewing, flipping, ironing, and attaching a snap. So this one's relatively easy if I can find the pieces that I need. The stitch ripper, get down, to do it. So that is project number 1. Project number 2, my sister asked for big fluffy mittens for Christmas. I made these in August when I saw her on vacation, and they need ends woven. I do have a second one, which is somewhat looking like the first one. So both need ends woven. I tend to crochet over most of my ends, so this is the last bit. Everything else is already woven in. She wants them fleece lined, so I of course have used up the majority of my fleece and only have these bit of scraps left, so I'm going to piece together a lining for her. This might be further down the line because I really don't know what I'm doing and I'm just kind of winging it. So that's project number 2. Project number 3 is a Celtic cross stitch that I probably did not leave nearly enough edges around. And this one, based upon the other projects that it was with, one of them was completed and I actually dated it, which is fantastic because I never date anything. Usually never sign anything, but I did have a project along with this one that had my initials and the year on it. So 1997, so it is 21 years ago that I was working on this. You know, it's pretty confusing pattern to follow, but thankfully the pattern was also with it. So I have that. You can see that they were using DMC green, but I was using purple. I figured out that I stopped on this project because I wasn't to the end of my purple, but maybe 2 months ago I actually purchased the correct shade of purple. They still make it. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to bring this to my office and have this be, you know, my lunch project until it's finished. So project number 4 is a baby steps cross stitch, and the child that this was intended for is now 16 and a half. It also is, I mean, it's huge and it's dirty, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to clean it. But it's pretty far along, and after I finish the Celtic cross stitch, I will be bringing this one into work if I think that I can work on it. But I did all the back stitching, outlining, which I think I probably hated at the time, which is maybe why I stopped working on it. But you can see it's filthy, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to clean it. So that's project number 4. Project number 5 is a baby set. And the headband is almost done. It needs a ribbon woven through it and the tail woven in. That's really it. I think I was maybe giving them options because this looks like it's probably finished too. Might also just need a ribbon and some tails woven in. So this is a diaper cover for photo shoots, and it just needs some edging on it. Where I really got tripped up was I didn't like any of the flowers that I was making, but I think I'm just going to go with this one. Add 2 more to go along the bottom itself. You know, I'll insert a picture of what it should look like. And then just add the buttons on it. So this shows my genius. I left the hook in there so I don't have to figure out which hook I was using. This is going to be a bag. And it is one of those bags that you put the sea turtles on. You know, this is supposed to be the ocean going into the sand. So it looks like I have one side stitched up and the other side to do. I was kind of lost on what I should do for the bottom, and the back is just solid blue. I think I'm going to make a square bottom and make this into a tote. Usually these are blankets, but I didn't feel like making another blanket, so this is a tote. And then I am going to use some clear vinyl. I'm going to make a insert, make the bag into clear vinyl, probably with this fabric that I have up on top, which is shark crossing. And I have plenty of that, so I might use that as a liner, maybe make some accessories that go with it. This has been in this state for a year, so really not all that bad in the general scope of things. So I had previously purchased at Joann's during a sale these boxes to keep my works in progress, and I only purchased 4 of them because my goal was to keep it to 4 projects at a time, yarn projects anyway. So I will be revisiting that once I complete all these extra projects that I have going on. Really it's not all that bad right now, guys. I do a lot of production sewing and I get a lot done. You can see over here on the Cricut that hasn't been out of the box yet that I finished, it looks like 6 bags. They were all finished last weekend, so I do get a lot done. I just have projects that need to go in timeout and then come back to them, so that's what this month is all about. So last year I managed to make approximately 20 hats, and this is one that I did not complete. There were maybe 5 of them that were in various stages, and I completed 3 of those earlier in the summer in July, and then this one is left over. It is Kenny from South Park, so that's his little face that's going to go inside this orange hat, or excuse me, on the front of this orange hat with I think his little eyes showing. That's really all I have left to do, and then it needs to be sewn on to the hat itself. Isn't it nice when you have little nuggets that tell you how old a project is? So I really love this coat. I used to go to the Renaissance Festival all the time, and I really love these wool coats by Half Moon, but I don't necessarily like wool, so I was going to make my own out of fleece, because I had fleece. I decided on red and black. So this little nugget tells me exactly what I had going on. Plus, it tells me that it was 12 years ago that I started on this. I'm not going to pull all this out. I can show you, it's literally pinned together because I just stabbed myself with it in various stages. So maybe I'll try that one this weekend, because this would be nice to clear out this bin to put my other whips in and get them going. Another set of cut fabric that I have is right here. I believe in the beginning of the year, maybe the end of, no, definitely the beginning of this year, I cut up all this gauze that I had. I made a lot of Whitney Sew's traveler scarves out of this for Christmas last year, and I thought, that's fantastic. I'm going to use up all the rest of my gauze to make more of them. Hopefully I will be selling those once they're done. Rather than unrolling it, I'm going to just show you this. And you have to trust me that it's a whip. I'll insert a picture when I put this project down. Say, hi, kitty kitty. This is a Tetris blanket, which you might have seen on my Instagram. I need to finish it up this month. It's really not that bad. It was just hot here, so I decided to put it on hold. Here are the rest of the pieces for it, plus some knitting needles that just needed to get out of the way. And this box holds a baby blanket work in progress, and I'm not going to pull it out. Here's the pattern. You can see I'm about halfway done if I have accurately ticked the boxes. It's a baby blanket for my cousin who has not one but two rainbow babies. I didn't get this project done in time for her second son, who is turning 2 at the beginning of next year. So this will be for her daughter, who she currently is pregnant with. And I'll be gifting this along with the purple photo set that you saw earlier. So my final project is this hat, which the hat itself is done, and it looks like I might have even woven the ends in. So it's really just deciding if this is going to be Yoda or Boba Fett or maybe some other character, and then finishing it up. Thanks for going on my whip journey with me. I hope to have the majority of these projects, maybe minus the cross stitch, done by the end of the month, and I will keep you posted on my progress.